Tonight, a tampered Jenkins plugin in a trusted marketplace, a cross-platform surge from Linux rootkits to macOS crypto stealers and WebSocket skimmers, and a blunt reality check on what many call purple teaming. Here's what changed this week, why it matters, and what defenders can do right now. Welcome back. This briefing is designed to cut through noise and translate developments into concrete actions. We'll move from immediate supply chain risk to this week's threat patterns and finish with the operational fixes that make detection and response faster when it counts. First, the Jenkins ecosystem took a hit. Team PCP compromised the Checkmarx Jenkins AST plugin, and a modified version was published to the Jenkins marketplace. Checkmarx confirmed the tampering and advised customers to ensure they are using version 2.0.13-829.VC72453 FA1C16, published on December 17, 2025, or an earlier version. This incident landed only weeks after a separate supply chain attack involving KICS, underscoring sustained pressure on developer tooling and CI/CD extensions. Here's why this matters. A compromised build plugin turns your pipeline into an attacker's distribution channel. It can read secrets, alter scans, or exfiltrate artifacts without tripping the usual endpoint or perimeter alarms. Because marketplace distribution is trusted by default in many environments, the blast radius can extend across multiple teams and services before anyone notices. Defender takeaway: inventory every Jenkins controller and agent, enumerate installed versions of the Checkmarx AST plugin, and pin to the advised version or earlier as directed. Assume any builds that ran with a later, unknown, or recently installed version may be affected. Review recent build logs and plugin configuration changes. Check for anomalous outbound connections from build nodes, and rotate credentials, tokens, and service keys that the plugin or builds could access. Going forward, enforce plugin allow lists, lock plugin versions, and require checksum verification and change control for any CI/CD extension updates. Zooming out, the weekly threat picture stayed uncomfortably familiar, spanning Linux, macOS, and the web stack. Reports flagged a Linux rootkit, a macOS crypto stealer, and WebSocket-based skimming activity, alongside a now routine set of issues: a poison-trusted download, cloud servers left broadly accessible, and intrusions pivoting through vulnerabilities that should have been retired years ago. One account even described a path to root that looked more like accidental discovery than a sophisticated exploit. This is the latest turn in an ongoing pattern. Attackers continue to win on the basics when basics are neglected. The attack surface is heterogeneous, and old weaknesses remain cheap to weaponize. Supply chain trust is brittle. WebSocket traffic provides a less inspected channel for data theft. Misconfigured cloud resources are still being treated as internal when they're effectively public. And commodity info stealers on macOS remind us that user endpoints outside Windows are not a safe harbor. Defender takeaway: validate the provenance of any recently added software by checking signatures and hashes, not just download origins. Audit cloud exposure with an external vantage. List internet reachable services, enforce least privilege on service accounts, and shut off anonymous or wide-open access. Review your WAF and reverse proxy policies to ensure inspection and logging extend to WebSockets and not just HTTP. Revisit patch coverage for high-severity, long-known flaws, and confirm that compensating controls exist where patching lags. On endpoints, ensure telemetry and blocking for Linux kernel tampering behaviors and macOS credential and wallet access attempts. Finally, tighten egress controls from servers and build systems so that unexpected outbound traffic is noisy and actionable. Now, let's talk about the people and process side. Many teams flying the purple banner are really just red and blue in the same room. The symptoms are familiar. An analyst copy-pastes a hash from a PDF into a SIEM query. A red team script gets rewritten by hand so blue can reuse it. A needed patch waits on a change window that's longer than the exploitation window itself. No one in that chain is failing at their job. The friction is systemic. Tooling and process that don't connect cleanly, and feedback loops that are too slow for the threat tempo. Why it matters? When purple is only a meeting, detection engineering stalls, lessons don't become controls, and your mean time to detect and respond remains bounded by manual handoffs. In practice, that means the same techniques succeed repeatedly, and your defenses lag behind what you already know. Defender takeaway: operationalize purple. Treat adversary emulation, detection, and hardening as a joint engineering backlog. When red proves a technique, capture it as reusable artifacts. Queries, decoders, and scripts that land directly in detection as code, not screenshots in a slide deck. Pre-approved timebox change windows for security hotfixes, so fixes ship inside the exploitation window. Measure dwell time from first signal to confirm detection in staging and prod, and close the copy-paste gaps with automation. Shared repositories, CI for detections, and test harnesses that exercise controls whenever tactics are updated. The goal is fewer meetings and more merged pull requests that change what your environment actually does under attack. If this was useful, subscribe for the next briefing. Drop a comment with the one control you're tightening this week, and share this with a teammate who owns your CI/CD or cloud posture. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.